Hello and welcome to MichelleMotivateMe.com. This video is part of the communication video series, and the name of it is Discover the 5 Negotiation Techniques Designed Just for Women. This is an exciting video for me because I have spent a great deal of time in the work world working with women, and I've discovered that there's some things that we do that prevent us from being good negotiators, and we worry about our self-esteem. We are too scared of rejection. We worry about our credibility if we win, our credibility if we lose the negotiation, and we also worry about relationships. We take negotiation very personally, and we think that other people do as well, and some others do not, and they are in particular men. These professional women that I work with, one of the things that I've discovered is they don't make as much money as their male counterparts. And one of the reasons why we don't make as much money as men is because we don't negotiate. And men do negotiate, and they tend to be very good at it, and they look at it as if it were a game, and they have a lot of fun with it. And I would like to give you some ideas today on how to view negotiation in a more positive light and not be so afraid. When we are afraid, sometimes that manifests itself as anger, and it looks like we're angry, and we do get angry if we have to negotiate. According to adult learning theory, even if you never look at this video again, but if you take out a pen and a piece of paper and you jot down these 5 techniques that I'm going to give you, chances are you'll remember them. Number 1, build rapport. You want to build rapport with the person you're negotiating with, but you don't want to be too friendly. You're not trying to make a best friend. You want to make sure that you're not caretaking, you're taking care of yourself. Number 2, prepare. That means that you want to make sure that you know exactly what you want, what your bottom line is, do your comparative shopping. Prepare for what? You do need to do the research, and I can hear you loud and clear. What? This takes a lot of time, Michelle. And I know that it takes a lot of time, but it really is key if you want to be a successful negotiator. One of the reasons why I think women do not make as much money as men is because when they're negotiating, if they do actually negotiate for their salary increase or their salary to start off with in a job, is they don't know what they want. They feel like, well, the person I'm negotiating with will just be fair. Well, good luck on that one. Know your pros and cons. Number 3 is body language. Some of our body language as women, we come across as being very weak, and we need to be strong. Stand up straight or sit up straight in your chair. Show that you're listening, that's good, but don't be too much of a pushover. Watch your body language. Step number 4 is expect and anticipate resistance. I think that's something that we get really worried about when we're negotiating, and there's no reason for it. It's just part of the negotiation. And also dealing with emotions. Sometimes people get very emotional. Women, we should be used to this. Some of us have children, or we've been around children. You know, they have the little temper tantrums and they get angry, and guess what? They get over it. Think of it the same way. Don't worry about who's right and who's wrong. It's not about a personal thing. It's about the issues, whatever you happen to be negotiating for. It's a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you feel up, sometimes you feel down, sometimes you feel scared, sometimes you feel elated. Be prepared for that and let that be okay. Okay, another thing that we want to do is always remain calm and be patient, because sometimes the other person doesn't always know what his or her goals are or what he or she wants to get out of the negotiation. Number 5, and the last technique that I want to go over with you, is know your bottom line. Now, if you're negotiating to buy a new pair of shoes or a tuxedo or a dress, well, I guess you may not be wearing a tuxedo, but you want to know that bottom line. And it can't be what the price tag is, because otherwise you're not negotiating. Remember, it's a game. And you've got to look at it that way. They're going to come up with a number, you come up with a number, and you just play back and forth. I do believe that everybody can win in a negotiation. It takes creativity, it takes patience, and it takes a positive attitude to think like that. And wanting to win, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants to win. One thing that I would like you to think about in your negotiation is not only the 5 techniques that we've gone over here, but what about the personality types? And some of you may be very familiar with personality types, others need to learn about it, and others need a review. Well, we have a video dedicated to each of the 4 personality types, and I highly recommend that you go back and look at the analytical, the amiable, the expressive, and the driver. Each one will negotiate in a very, very different way, so this may help you in your next negotiation. And guess what? I know when your next negotiation is going to be because I have an action plan for you. I want you to grab your phone bill, your electric bill, your cable bill, and I want you to make a phone call and negotiate and get that bill lowered. And one thing that I would strongly recommend is that you practice, and if you have someone that's right there, this is an excellent opportunity for you to practice in a safe environment, and then get on that phone and call and make that bill lower. Now, when you're doing this, even in a practice session, you're going to feel afraid. That's okay. Feel the fear, do it anyway. And then what I'd really like you to do is get on the computer, type in my email address, send me your success story, and send it to michelle@michellemotivateme.com. Even if it's just a small success, I do want to hear about it. Thank you. Thank you for spending time on this important topic.